The Canon 5D is rightly known around the world for having outstanding video quality, great image quality, and it's kind of the DSLR videographer and wedding photographer's camera of choice for really good reason. When they brought out their 6D as their entry-level full-frame camera, they added in different social media features and Wi-Fi, GPS, that kind of thing, bumped down the resolution, took out a bunch of features and reduced the build quality of it. And I think they were probably hoping that that would stop them from being compared one against the other as a purchasing decision. But from all your questions, I know there are a lot of people out there tossing up which one of these two they should buy. So let's compare them head to head.
Looking at the top level specs of these two cameras, there's not that much in it really. They were both announced in 2012. They're both full frame. The 5D's 22 megapixel, the 6D's 20. The 5D will do 6 frames a second, the 6D 4.5. They both have a silent mode. Where they start to separate out, the 5D has compact flash and SD, the 6D only has SD, a single SD for that matter. However, the 6D is UHS card compatible and the 5D isn't. They've moved around the buttons on the background of them. They both have a viewfinder magnification of 71%, but the 5D obviously has 100% coverage and the 6D only has 97%, which is a bit of a shame. They both have a million dot rear screens. The 5D is 3.2 inch compared to the just 3 inches on the 6D. They both have an ISO range of 100 to 25,600, expandable to 50 to 100 and 2,000, and their maximum ISO in video is both 12,800 as well. The 6D actually gets more shots per charge, but the sync speed on everything is lower. It's 1/4000th max compared to 8,000 on the 5D, and the flash is 180 versus 1/200th. Big difference. The 5D Mark II was always famous for having a bit lacking autofocus. Well, the new one's been totally redesigned with 61 autofocus points, whereas the 6D only has 11. It's a bit prehistoric, to be completely honest with you. Where they stand apart, the 6D has GPS and Wi-Fi built in. If you want to add those to the 5D, it's going to cost you about $1,200, so it's no small amount. The 5D has a full mag alloy body, whereas the 6D is composite with plastic. And in terms of size and weight, the 5D is noticeably taller, and it's actually a little bit bigger in every dimension. And in the weight, it's 200 grams heavier at 956 grams overall. Overall, I found the new 5D Mark III to be a joy to shoot with. Eons ahead of the 5D Mark II in terms of its handling and its focus. I really didn't miss a single shot in terms of focus. And its beautiful color rendition is still there. And the raw files are fantastic. Here's a shot that I specifically underexposed, and I was able to bring it back and get so much detail from it without, burning the shot. The 6D, look, it's nice. I don't think it handles nearly as well. The focus is a little bit iffy, but the files coming off the sensor are lovely. But I have to say the white balance was inconsistent. Sometimes when the light wasn't changing, I'd get some really cool shots and some really warm ones. To see high ISO performance of the 6D, please click through and see the full review I did on that one. That's got full testing on that camera.
Okay, so which should you get? The King of the Hill, the 5D Mark III, or the fresh younger brother, the 6D? I should say from the outset, I think they're both excellent cameras, and if you're committed to the Canon system and you want to go FX, I really don't think you're going to be disappointed either way. That said, and backpedaling, I totally can see why some people are a bit disappointed with the 6D. And that's not that I think Canon has messed up, it's just that everyone has different priorities and it's not what everyone would want. If you were hoping that it would have that kind of connectivity with Wi-Fi and GPS, then you're probably stoked. But if you are hoping for something more rugged and with a few more pro-level features, then sure, it's a bit of a disappointment and you're left with the option of the 5D unless they bring out something else to complement this one at the entry-level point in the market. In terms of resolution and image quality, I don't think there's a lot in it. Video quality, the 5D is, so renowned for good reason. It's fantastic. The focusing on the 6D is, it's a shame. It's effective, but just with so few points and all cramped together, that can be a little bit limiting. So I wouldn't recommend this one for sport. But for just about anything else, if you want great image quality, FX size sensor, and a good build quality, then I think the 6D will really satisfy most people. If you want the 2 cards and the extra focus points and the extra features and the headphone jack and the extra build quality that the 5D offers, you won't be disappointed. It's a fantastic camera, but I really do think, leaving Wi-Fi and GPS aside and the fact that it only has the 1 card, I do think this is an excellent camera. It has its shortcomings, but I think in terms of image quality and the way people will actually use it, rather than just sitting there looking at the spec sheet, thinking about how they may possibly use it one day in the future if they fulfill all of their potential, I think the 6D is going to be really great for a lot of shooters. So let me know what you're thinking. Are you tossing it up? Have you got one or the other? How do you find it? Leave me any questions or comments. Please click to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with more photo news and reviews.
Hey, you can also check out my full hands-on review of the D600 on its own. There's the Canon 6D full review. There's a video on my Take Control of the Light workshop tour. And finally, a video on storytelling photography with Tina.